No, the training centre or the training ground plays a massive part of it, because when you get here, you see the quality of it, you see the standards that the club is setting, then that transfers to the players, and it certainly did with us. We knew that we had to be on it, and that's probably why we won so many trophies.
Yeah, for me, this is the most important part of a football club, really. I mean, you've got to have all the history and whatever, but all the hard work is done at the training ground, because when you cross that white line on a Saturday, you've got to know exactly what your job is for the team, and that's where Arsene Wenger in our era was always really intense Monday to Friday. But on a Saturday, on a game day, he would let you go on and, you know what to do now. You go out and play. And didn't get too much involved in your routine to get ready for a game. So for me, this is such an important place. This is where if you're injured, you've got to have the rehab to get back as quick as you can. You're having massages every day to get you ready for the next game. So I thought, for me, this is the most important place. Especially he's a real buzz playing on the weekend in front of 50,000, but this is where you do all your hard work to get prepared for that.
And it was the best, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was the best by far. When we first came over to this training ground, it was just fantastic, and it was the best in the Premier League.
This is where all your training methods are done. This is where your pattern play, how you're going to play in certain games, defensive unit, how they set up was always at the training ground. And a lot of guys stay behind after training, shooting practice, and to get your game up, because everybody in football's got a weak point in their game, and it's up to you to get that weak point better or up to more standards. And this is where it was. This is where you done it all.
What I remember the most about being here was the expectation that was here, because you had to be on it in training. And sometimes Arsene would pick players that had been really good in training and would then put them into the team for match day. So the standards that were expected here were as high as what the training ground is.
Yeah, and I think Mikel Arteta is very similar. He won't take no prisoners. If you're not training hard, you get told. And this day and age as well, they've got all the technology to see if you are training hard and hard working hard enough to what the standards should be.
Everything here is analysed. Even training sessions, the guys are on monitors, and if you look around the training ground, every single session is recorded, and they all do their stats after the training sessions. So it's just it's such a special place, and that's the little differences that it could make it into a winning team. Just them little edges, but everything is analysed and all the data is put together, and they use that throughout the season.
I'm just pleased it wasn't around in our area.
The details of what this training ground is about is the best of everything, and it was the best of everything when it was first built, and then it had a multi-million-pound refurb, and it made it even better if that was possible, but it did. And it was just the standards that it set. The players came into fantastic facilities, and they knew that they had to go and perform.
You're learning each other's personalities as well, on and off the pitch, and hopefully if you have a good week of training and working hard, you're ready to go at the weekend when it really matters, when you're playing in a proper game. It's just great to see that they've got old memories of different players on the wall. That's a big thing for the players, because it was a very successful club. It's won lots and lots of trophies, and they want to try and implement that with the players they've got now.
The club's had a fantastic history, and it's important that people don't forget that. And as much as all this memorabilia is on the walls with us winning trophies, it's about the players now. And this is their time, and it's their chance to create their own history. And places like this are built for it.
There's a lot of pressure on players now, because you've got to perform it week in, week out, but you've always also got to enjoy it. And, as I said before, when you're working, you work hard. But then off the pitch, in the end, Arsene Wenger used to chuck us out of the training ground because he was having too much fun. But that's what it's all about. And it's not all talking about football all the time. It's talking about people's lives in general, kids and all that sort of stuff. And I think you can understand people's personalities then a lot better. And
even creating that family vibe, they've asked me to come back, and I come back once a week and I help out with the young goalkeepers, because I've got time. Not everybody's got time, but they asked me to come back, and I really enjoy it. I just love coming back to this place, and as I said before, it just brings back so many fantastic memories.
The hardest bit now is winning the trophy. The next step for Arsenal now is winning a trophy, but they come so close and they're getting better every year.
But the expectation is now back at Arsenal. When I joined this club, I was expected to win trophies, or I came into a team that had won trophies. and then it was an expectation, and that expectation is now back here.
And I'm sure the players as well have noticed the atmosphere at the Emirates now. I mean, there's a real connection with the supporters and the players, which is so important. That would only urge the players on even more. So that's going to be a massive plus, and the crowd are going to play their part as well.